It is open warfare. The very able David Elliott, who in the redistribution couldn't win pre-selection for the lower house, was thought by many to be the ideal candidate to replace the grub Poulos in the upper house. But in the last 24 hours, word had it, HAD, past tense, that the massive left-winger Jackie Munro had the numbers. This is the woman who said recently on Q&A, it's fundamentally a conservative idea, or perhaps a liberal idea, that you want to strengthen the institutions that govern us well, and I think that The Voice does that beautifully in recognising our first people in that founding document, the Constitution. Well, she's kidding, of course, but she's gone now. The factions have decided she's too big a risk. But enshrining race in the Constitution, and one group of people based on race getting 2 votes, the rest of us get 1. Remember only 2 weeks ago the Premier signed up to The Voice with the Prime Minister and Labor Premiers? And this Jackie Munro for 24 hours looked to be the Premier's choice, but I now understand that she's been given the boot. This is the Liberal Party. They never stop fighting with one another. The Premier says vote for us, but on the last count, there was no one to vote for in 25 electorates out of 93, where there is no Liberal candidate. 25. After all the mess in the lead up to the federal election, here it is being repeated at state level. 25 electorates out of 93, no Liberal candidate. Is that a surprise? This Yaron Finkelstein, who presided over the Morrison catastrophe, is reportedly now advising Perrottet. I'd run a mile from Finkelstein's advice. And all of this after 3 senior Liberal figures, including the outstanding President of the Upper House, Matthew Mason Cox, and including Shane Mallard and Lou Amato, were dumped from the Upper House just like that, in favour of women, no pre-selection. Just like the replacement for Poulos, no pre-selection, dumped. Democracy at work in the Liberal Party. One other thing at work is disarray. It's your taxpayers' money, but parliamentary staff are reportedly racing across the state with summonses to force 4 New South Wales Liberals to front a parliamentary inquiry into the allegation of branch stacking, and 2 of them are brothers of the Premier. Does he know where his brothers are? The Castle Liberal MP, and Mark made this point earlier, Ray Williams, alleged in Parliament last year that senior members of his party had been, quote, paid significant funds in order to arrange to put new councillors on the Hills Shire Council, unquote, who would support future development applications. So no allegations by a Liberal MP, statements by Liberal witnesses, and evidence supplied from within the Liberal Party over alleged branch stacking and money changing hands. How do you describe all of this? Only last year, 3 Sydney councillors and a political staffer who worked for this bloke Poulos were expelled amid branch stacking allegations that more than 100 members were signed up and given fake email addresses that may have improperly influenced votes for key party roles, even policies, and of course pre-selection. Basically, people who didn't want to join the party were given fake email addresses and phone numbers to make things look legitimate. Someone else would pay the fees and some factional hack would improve his numbers. I don't understand how a leader could barefacedly go to the electorate with all this baggage and say vote for us. The voters of New South Wales are faced with a major dilemma.